Hey, what's up? I've got a hot video for you if you're looking for a little motivation. There's a book that I read a number of years ago. It's called Switch by Dan and Chip Heath. And the book is all about how do you either make better decisions or how do you get people to make decisions. It's a business book. It's written for people who are in middle management, in the workplace, whatever. But they bring up a really cool idea called find the bright spots. And so today, what I'd like to do is spend a few minutes. If you're struggling to lose weight and you're kind of wondering why it's so hard and so frustrating, in any situation, a good piece of advice is look for the bright spots. And what are the bright spots? The bright spots are where are people doing good jobs, uh, kind of in the environment, right? So somebody has to be doing something good if you even if you're not. And so why not kind of take some notes from them? Now, you obviously can see people who are super healthy, but sometimes it's nice to get away from the frustrating like, well, that person's already in great shape. I'm not going to take advice from them. That's frustrating. And why don't we focus on bright spots that you have? So I made a little presentation for you guys to demonstrate this. All right. So this is how it goes. All right. So if you struggle with how to lose weight, find the bright spots. Now, I wanted to find a I'm gonna do a little presentation here. What I wanted to do is find a little uh I would say theme that a lot of people could relate to, right? And I think that everybody um can find some relation to budgeting, right? Because you have to budget, right? You don't want to go into a negative balance at your house every single month. You just can't live like that, right? So, even if you're not great, even if you're not the most thrifty, you at least know how to budget. And so I wanted to draw some parallels. And so the bright spot is if you're good at budgeting, you know how to balance your, checkbook and all that stuff, you probably can get better at losing weight. And let's show it. So what I did just to really dive in is I went to search for, how to save money. And of course, the first thing that pops up is Dave Ramsey, how to save money, 20 simple tips. Now, I didn't take all 20. I took a bunch of them. Some of them were like cut ties with cable, were very specific, and I didn't want to kind of wax poetic all about that. But this is what let me go back to this. Okay. So, example, I'm good at budgeting. How do I draw parallels? So, Dave Ramsey's top 20, I took 13 of them. He did stuff like say goodbye to debt. So start to pay down this is called the debt snowball method, but start to pay down your smallest debt first to the biggest and get rid of that debt because it's not really doing anything for your monthly budget. Cut down on groceries, cancel subscriptions and memberships, buy generic, auto deposit to savings account, right? Automatically put 10% into a savings account. Spend extra income wisely, unsubscribe to emails that tempt you, pack lunch, try spending freeze for a week, do it yourself for everything, skip the coffee shop, try a staycation, sell everything that doesn't bring you joy. So these are just literally lifted right from that blog post. And I think most of you would be maybe seeing these images and being like, well, duh. Yeah, that's really obvious. Like, those are really good ideas. And it's kind of like losing weight, right? Everything that people tell you, you're like, yeah, I know. But you know how to do this. So, kind of what does that look like when, budgeting calories? Um, so what we're gonna do, so calorie reduction. So instead of debt snowball, cut out the easy calories, no snacking, right? What's all the little taste, the little handful of this, the little grab, like cut that out. That's easy calorie payments that you're get just getting rid of. That's easy. That's super easy, right? That's like that's the first thing that you can, drink more water, right? Second one, cut down on groceries, no impulse buys. When you go to the grocery store, like obviously you know what you need to get. Don't go around looking for inspiration at the grocery store. The calorie reduction happens at the store, right? Don't be like, oh, that's kind of nice. Like, just leave it there. Also, side note, don't go to the grocery store hungry. That's a terrible idea. Two, Or 3, audit your calories, right? What was the cancel subscriptions and memberships? I think everybody is kind of aware, like, okay, I'm spending money on Spotify and Netflix and stuff like that. Um, but how many subscriptions am I doing this? Like, where am I actually spending this money? How many memberships do I really need? Do I actually need to eat that food? Number 4, buy generic, right? And this is like, don't, if you want to have chicken, right? You don't have to have, um, chicken Florentine. This is coming off the top of my head. You could just have big chicken, right? Less calories, less oils, less whatever. Still chicken, still getting in that protein. Auto deposit to savings account, 10%. What does that look like in counting? Well, if you normally have a big plate or a certain sandwich or an amount of fries, like before it actually reaches your plate, take 10% away, right? Or if you are actually counting calories, which I recommend, take 10% off, right? If you're eating 2,000 calories, go down to 1,800. 10% is a great jump. It's enough to make a difference, but it's not crazy. All right, next up, spend extra income wisely. What does that look like in calories? That could be parties, that could be, drinks you're having on the weekend, that could be birthday cake for your kiddos party. Where are you spending these extra calories? And you got to plan it before you have it, not after the fact. That's where the guilt and the shame come in. Don't buy okay. So, unsubscribe to emails that tempt you, right? Don't buy or pre-portion foods that tempt you. Okay? So, if you know that you're gonna crush Oreos, don't buy a family pack of double stuffed Oreos just to, like, sit around, like, you're gonna snack on that. Get pre-portioned ones, or don't buy it, don't bring it in the house. Kinda same thing about the grocery store. Um, pack lunch and eat at home. Yeah, that one's, don't go out to, you know, hyper palatable foods like eat at Moe's or Chipotle and get in hundreds of extra calories. Try a spending freeze for a week, right? Try not to, try to eat everything at home, right? Don't go out to restaurants, don't go out to bars for a week. Do it yourself everything, aka kind of the same thing. Make your own sandwiches, make your own food. Don't buy anything pre-made just for a week, just see how things are going. Skip the coffee shop. I'm not saying skip coffee, but most of the time, if you made coffee at home, you just make black coffee. You wouldn't go and get a caramel mocha frappuccino with, uh, whole fat milk and all that. It'd just be like less calories, and you wouldn't be tempted by the shortbread cookies or the biscotti right by the register. Try a staycation. Kind of the same thing. If you know that, hey, we're gonna go out to a pizza shop and I tend to overeat the pizza, why not like make pizza at your house? That's an easy way to control a lot of variables, but not miss out on the fun stuff. And then lastly, sell everything that doesn't bring you joy. And that's typically what I would recommend. And it's the same thing for calorie reduction. It's like, if you're worried about slipping, don't go where it's slippery, right? Get the stuff in your house that you tend to not be able to moderate out of the house, at least until you can kind of figure out like where it fits. So, if you want to cut down on beer, like just buy enough beer for the one night or two nights that you're really going to enjoy it. If you have a case of beer just sitting in the fridge downstairs and it leads you to drinking a beer or two every single night and you're like, man, I really want to cut that out, just don't buy more beer so that it's around. Just buy enough, so that basically when you're done in your brain, you're like, all right, I'm done. I can kind of close that chapter and move on. So, longer video. My advice, find the bright spots. If you're struggling a little bit, um, you are good at something. What are you good at? I don't know, but it's something. So try to draw some parallels, right? You can be good at this stuff, right? And obviously, if you need some help, if you need some advices. We've got a free 2-week kickstart. You can try it out, basically get access to it off of our website. It's basically kind of a walk you through the exact steps. And then if you'd like one-on-one coaching experience to help you drop weight, especially during the holidays, holla at me. I got a 12-week dessert first program. I'd love to onboard you. Obviously, we would start out with a phone call, make sure that you're actually a good fit and I can help you. But I hope you're having a great day. All right. Enjoy this video. Leave a comment.